Reality Check, and today I'm so happy. I have a very beautiful guest today, so let's hear her voice.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Brenda. Thank you so much, Miss Brenda, for joining me today. So, we have had about people discussing out there that in order for things to work for two people, in friendship, relationships, we need to have equality. But again, does it really matter that we share everything equal?
No.
Why can't we just go for an equity? So I just want to know from you, would you settle for equality or rather equity?
Now, my perspective on that it is debatable because it depends on the circumstances that is making you to get into that relationship. Because, for instance, maybe you have a certain job or your employment income. It varies maybe from your partner.
Yeah.
So it's up to you to agree. If you think we will have a 50-50 or a half contribution, a type of partnership of relationship, then good. If you think that from the hierarchy of our traditions, it is the men that are usually the leaders, it is the men who are regarded as the leaders of the family. So if you think you can go for a relationship whereby you regard men as providers or as leaders, then go for it. But if you think you are getting into a relationship for companionship, not whereby you depend on a man or on your partner to give you ABCD, then it's not about equity. So it is not about equality, it's about equity, because all of you will be sharing the same responsibilities. You know what part you'll be taking, what you'll be providing.
So according to you, you're saying you should sit down and discuss whether you're onto equity or equality.
Yes, in some situations it's good that before you get into a relationship or any kind of partnership, be it business, be it relationship, be it family, whichever kind of situation that you want to partner with somebody or anyone, it's important to know your limits, your boundaries. If you are getting into a relationship or a friendship, because you might find that in some situations, especially in friendship, especially girls' relationship, you find that, oh, my friend in her birthdays or in whatever celebration she's having, I always give her ABCD, but when it's my turn, she doesn't give back to me. So you see, to me, I would define that kind of relationship as the one of a parasite and a host. Like you're just there for the things that you think you can benefit from that relationship or each other. So it is important also sometimes to define what kind of relationship you want with your partner, if it's a relationship. But personally, from how I've experienced life, I would prefer for equity. Just get into a relationship for companionship. Not because you are going to benefit something out of that relationship, because sometimes money comes and sometimes it's not there.
Yeah.
So what if money is not there? Will you get out of that relationship?
Yeah, exactly.
So it would mean that it was not genuine from the word for. So personally, as much as we can debate on, we can argue on the terms of equity and equality, for me, I think I settle on equity.
Okay, moving away from that topic, just the other day, 1 month ago, at CNN, I came across this news that a discussion was brought into the Kenyan Parliament whereby the MPs were to debate whether to legalize bang or not. So my question is, if bang was to be legalized in our country today, how would it affect our youth also? Because nowadays you can walk on the streets, you meet a person smoking bang like it's any other, it's a normal business. They don't fear. Unlike back then, when you find just a little of that bang, it could cost you life and you can be brutal for the rest of your life. So what would you say about that? Should bang be legalized? If it will be legalized, what effect will it bring to us as Kenyans, as young youths who are being looked up as the next leaders of this country?
Okay, thank you for that question. Personally, I don't advocate for the substance of the drug being legalized in this country, because first of all, we don't have systems in place that will regulate the intake. Because in our country, situations whereby even, of course, we know it's not legalized, but we've seen people still in practice of using it underground or in hidden places, and we've seen the effect of school dropouts, bringing the mental instabilities or the psychological issues. So personally, I don't think as a country we are ready. Like I know in USA, like states like Miami, Miami and there's another state, Florida. I think it's Miami, and there's another state. Bank is legalized there, but it's legalized because they have systems or measures or mechanism whereby they regulate the intake or the use, whereby people are allowed to take it, but after maybe some certain activities. But here in Kenya, if it's legalized, most people will depend on it to do almost everything. Yes, whereby it will affect our physical productivity. People will not be able to perform any task without its use, meaning it will be catalyzing or inducing.
We can even make them not to be able to make decisions by themselves.
Exactly. So personally, I don't think in Kenya as a country we are ready to legalize that drug, because it will bring so many issues rather than what we even expected. So personally, I don't think our youth will be lazy, they will not be working, we will have so many mental issues, psychological issues. People will be making uninformed decisions, as you're saying. So I don't support.
Sometimes they will even forget to report at work. Or even they will report, but again get into fights, arguments with their bosses. It will end up them being fired. So thank you so much, Miss Brenda, for joining me today. I'm so happy that you are able to elaborate and expound in the whole issue about the equality and equity, and to say that rather than settling for equality, let's settle for equity, so that there are times that things don't go well, so we need to be there for our friends, for our partners. So rather, let's settle for equity and companionship. And on about legalizing bang, you heard it from her, the effects of bang to our systems. So when you're out there, please, when the issue is brought to the ground so that they can collect the opinions of the public, please know what you're voting for, know what you want as individual, and let's make Kenya a better place. Thank you so much. Subscribe, share. Until we meet next time. Bye.
Good job.